Listen, black conservatives do not care what black Democrats and liberals think about us. I need you guys to understand this, especially my personal friends and family. I love you, but I do not care what you think. I have been speaking out against the Democrat Party for 5+ years, ever since you guys tried to force me to get an experimental drug that the government produced and put that in my body. And when I refused to do it, you called me the problem. You want to gatekeep the black community as if I'm not pro-black, all because you told me that Donald Trump is a racist. You want to know what racism is? Racism is supporting the killing of 400,000 black babies every single year just because the left calls it women's reproductive rights. You don't see the eugenics in that? You don't see that they are literally wiping us out and keeping our numbers down and telling you to support it? You don't think it's racist to tell black men that they should be women, to promote the idea of men in women's sports, men in women's locker rooms? You want me to let my little black daughter compete against some boys and potentially get physically harmed and stomp out her competitive nature because she can't physically beat them? And that is more pro-black somehow? You think it's more pro-black to allow millions and millions of migrants to come here and help themselves to our taxes while black and brown Americans literally struggle every day? That's more pro-black? The reason we don't care what you think is because we know you're not deeply thinking. And I say that with love, guys. I used to be the same way. I used to vote however the Democrat Party told me to vote. And then I started doing research and I realized that the Democrat policies do not help the black community long term. I would love to have a real conversation with black Democrats and liberals that's not based solely in emotion, that has some factual basis to it. You guys need to do more research. And once you do that, then maybe we can talk. But until you do that, we do not care what you think because we know you're not really thinking.
Now, right here, you can, you know, hear something that honestly makes a lot of people uncomfortable, right? She's not screaming. She's not emotional or confrontational. She's not sitting here trying to insult anyone. She's simply saying something much simpler. I love you, but I'm going to think for myself. And I think that's pretty powerful. And the moment someone says that, the entire dynamic changes because suddenly the conversation isn't about party loyalty anymore. It becomes about policy, but more over that, results. And that's a conversation a lot of people have been avoiding for a very, very long time. But here's where it gets interesting, y'all, because once one person says it out loud, others start saying it too. Y'all, watch this.
Malcolm X told us 65 years ago, he told black people, if you are going to still stand behind the Democrat Party, you are a traitor to your race. He did not say black Republicans. He did not say black conservatives. He said you black people that are voting for Democrats. He said this 65 years ago, and it is still correct today. You are still blindly supporting the party that have tried to erase and destroy our community at every chance they have gotten. You support all of the policies that directly affect us the most. And one thing with you Democrats, when you see any of my videos exposing the Democrat Party or giving some kind of credit to what the Republicans have done over history, the first thing you want to run to is, well, neither party are for us. Well, one of the parties were actually majority us. That's what you're not getting. See, once you went over to the Democrat Party, you lost all of your power. We had way more power, especially political power, as Republicans. We got all of our amendments. We got all of our civil rights by the hands of Republicans. I always challenge you guys, if neither party is doing anything for us, and as you guys say, both parties are the same, I challenge you to send me 5 policies that the Democrat Party has put in place that has positively affected the black community specifically. Now, I know politics is for everyone. All right. But when we are talking about the black community in this country, we are the only group that give most of our votes to one party. That is why we are the deciding factor of who wins and who loses. There is no comparison. The Democrat Party has done nothing but harm to our people for over 200 years. I want you to show me what has the Republican Party done at that same weight to specifically target black people. I have all day long for y'all to show me. Last thing here. You guys also love to complain about white supremacy, but it seems that y'all cannot get away from white supremacist terms. One thing you guys love to say is that the politics or the political party is two wings of the same bird. That is a white supremacist talking point. It comes from Dixiecrat, segregationist, racist, George Wallace, the same guy Malcolm warned us about, who was a Dixiecrat. He didn't say that because of how the political sides were treating Americans. He called it out because the National Democrat Party and the National Republican Party did not want to do anything for the Southern Dixiecrat. It was about Dixiecrats. It was not about Americans. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'll see you in the next one.
Now, that clip right there is pretty intense, right? But it actually points back to something historical. A lot of people forget that this exact warning was being talked about decades ago. And of course, these clips are resurfacing at Miss Jesse Jackson's death. The idea that any community, not just black Americans, should never feel locked into supporting one political party forever. Because once a party believes they automatically have your vote, you know what disappears? It's a word that starts with that A. Accountability. Accountability completely disappears. And whether you agree with that guy or disagree with him completely, you cannot deny one thing. More and more people are openly, what did I say? Openly. More people are openly questioning things they were told not to question before. And then you see something else start happening. Something that the political class really did not expect.
Grand Rising. Grand Rising. Hey, check this out. I want y'all to go out and have a blessed DJT day today. We're going to have a Donald Trump day today. See, Mr. President, let me tell you something. I ain't never selfish. I don't never just think about me. For the whole year and some change that you've been in the office, you've been doing your thugdism. And I, for one, recognize what you're doing. So we want to dedicate this day right here to you, Donald J. Trump, to let you know, the American people, we do appreciate you. Now look what I got on. I even got on my motherfucking Top Gun. I got on Top Gun today, Donald J. Trump. I'm going to represent you to the fullest. On behalf of the American people, Mr. Donald J. Trump, we'd like to say thank you, bro. Thank you. I know within 51 years I've been living in this world in the United States, born and raised, I have never seen nothing like this ever. You know what I'm saying? And I never thought it would happen in my years, you know, but I'm so glad I'm here to be able to see it. And so my grandkids can have a better life, you know, and I appreciate you for that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't think about their kids, their grandkids, and their great-grandkids. For a person outside of their realm to even give a damn about their kids, their grandkids, and their kids means a lot to a lot of us. So we'd like to say thank you. We love you, and we're ready to go all in about you. For real. DJ T.
Now, this clip right here shows something that you didn't see very often just a few years ago. A construction worker out there on the job, proudly saying, thank you, President, Donald Trump. And saying thank you to a president that the media told us Black America would never support. And again, whether you agree with him or not, that's not the point. Because the point really right now is the narrative has clearly changed. The whole idea was simple. Everyone thinks the same, everyone votes the same, everyone falls in line. But now you're seeing people say, no, I'm actually going to sit here and decide for myself. I'm going to put some effort into it myself. And once that door opens, a lot of conversations that used to stay quiet suddenly start happening out loud. Which brings us to this final clip.
I have a question to the liberals real quick. When are you guys going to put the crack pipe down? When are you guys going to stop sucking the filament out of that fucking crack pipe and wake up and smell the fucking fresh air? Because who the fuck sits there and thinks that it's a good idea to protest against a person who is trying to advocate for human rights that a regime did not allow those people to have? So the same rights that you have of protesting, these people couldn't. Yet you use that same right to protest against someone who's like, this shit does not make no fucking sense. You guys are weird. You guys are so fucking weird. I will never understand how a human being can be born and be this fucking stupid. I mean, I heard that we don't use all of our brain power, but you guys use none of it. Just none of it. How did you make it this far in life being like that? Someone had to help assist your dumbass. Someone had to help assist you being that dumb. There's no way you have a credit score. There's no way you have a house. There's no way you're able to learn to walk. There's no way you know how to speak. Well, you don't. But there's no way you have been this far in life, this fucking stupid. It's not even about a viewpoint no more. It's literally about common sense. And you don't even fucking have that. But you guys will prepare. You guys will prepare so much and spend 24/7 of your time protesting, getting signs ready, getting whistles ready, blowing the fuck out these whistles and being just weird as fuck. Why don't you go take that shit to Iran? Go show your solidarity to them. Go over there. We'll see how quickly, if you do, if you're able to make it back, but we'll see how quickly you're able to come back. We'll see how quickly it takes you to get back to the United States and realize that you done fucked up. And again, just in case you make it back.
Now, this last clip touches on something bigger than just American politics. It's about perspective. Because one thing that people who live in free countries sometimes forget is how unusual those freedoms actually are. The ability to protest, the ability to criticize leaders, the ability to be able to even argue with each other in public. That's not normal everywhere in the world. And the reason that matters is because debates like this, they only happen in places where people are allowed to think differently. And right now, what you're seeing is a lot of Americans from all backgrounds starting to rethink things they once assumed was settled. Not because someone forced them, simply because they started asking questions. That's simple. At the end of the day, politics changes when people stop repeating what they were told and start examining things for themselves. That doesn't mean everyone is going to reach the same conclusion. That's not what I'm saying. But it does mean the conversation gets bigger. And right now, it's pretty clear that the conversation is expanding in ways a lot of people really didn't expect. So the real question is this just a moment or just the beginning of a much larger shift? Let me know what you think. You think the conversation is actually changing, y'all? Now, if you made it to the end of this video, I want you to put perspective. Because I think that's exactly what this video provided. Y'all be safe. Go check on somebody today. You can quite literally be saving their life. And y'all, you got my kids over here just running all around in the back, just opening doors and closing doors. You see, just popping up.